What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's episode of The Sports Sermon. We are brought to you by Scooch, the most functional phone case on the market. Check out ScoochCase.com to get yours today and use the code SPORTS18, sports with a Z, of course, to get a 10% discount on your order. Stay tuned till the end for a special Scooch giveaway as well. But now, today's episode.
And welcome inside the Sports Sermon. I am Dylan Staggy here today with Jason Gotti and Dan Majors. And today we are talking about the Minnesota Vikings for another NFL team preview. So a year ago, the Vikings finished 13-3 and made it to the NFC Championship before getting demolished by Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles. But they are back this season. They've made some off-season moves, particularly on the offensive side, signing Kirk Cousins to a 3-year deal. So that's my first question to you guys. Was it a good move for the Vikings to sign Kirk Cousins this offseason?
Yes, it was a definite upgrade over Case Keenum, and it's a fantastic fit with Diggs and Thielen. I'm pumped to watch this team. Kirk Cousins has had 3 consecutive seasons with 4,000 yards and 25 touchdowns. Now, to give you some context, the Vikings have only had 3 of those in 57 seasons. Those guys were Dante Culpepper, and then Hall of Famers Warren Moon and Brett Favre. So, definitely, he's done this 3 consecutive years in a row. I absolutely love the fit with Kirk Cousins going to the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings were already one of the most complete teams in the league, and now you upgrade your quarterback position from Case Keenum. They will be dangerous.
And with a solid backup in Trevor Siemian.
Yeah. Better than Kaiser.
Anyone's better than Kaiser. At least he's won a game before.
All right. It's definitely win now time for the Vikings, and Kirk Cousins is on a shorter deal, only 3 years, so I really like that for the Vikings. If good Kirk Cousins comes and is consistent, he could definitely take this offense to the next level. And, they definitely have the potential to be a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense this season. But the Vikings offense is obviously going to look different from Cousins, but they also have Dalvin Cook back and a new coordinator. Is this overall an improvement or a downgrade?
I don't know how this is a question. Cousins to Keenum, definite upgrade. Dalvin Cook to Latavius Murray, definite upgrade. This is the other way around. Like, the upgrades are first to the downgrades. Like, Cousins to Okay. Cousins to Keenum, upgrade. Cook to Murray, upgrade. And then John DeFilippo to Pat Shurmur, I would say, is about equal. I expect to see some more RPOs from Philly that DeFilippo had. I think that's going to come over along with some more tailor-made plays for Kirk. This team got a lot better with Kirk and return everybody, so I'm so excited for this team. The Vikings are my Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah, this is definitely an improvement. I am very high on Dalvin Cook, and if he stays healthy, he should be a top 10 back this year.
Yes.
And then Cousins will be a solid upgrade. This offense has no doubt improved.
Yes.
Yeah, they definitely got a good coordinator back in John DeFilippo, who has a lot of potential after grooming Carson Wentz to his great season a year ago. Cousins has more arm talent than any of the 3 Vikings quarterbacks a year ago, and then Dalvin Cook should definitely be a much more efficient runner than both Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon.
I've got some trivia for you guys.
Oh, no.
Who was the quarterback under John DeFilippo when he was the quarterback's coach? A hint for you guys was Kyle Shanahan was also there.
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Johnny Manziel in Cleveland. Shanahan and Flip were both there. And now Shanahan's like one of the best coaches that people are talking about, and Flip's one of the best offensive coordinators. But yet they had both of them, and Johnny and the Browns could not figure it out. And Mike Pettin just got a job with the Packers as the defensive coordinator, who was the head coach there. So lots of talent in that coaching staff. Could not figure out the most talented player in college football history. I'm kidding. That's not true. Top 10. Anyway.
All right. Anyway, do you guys have any concerns about the Vikings defense this season?
No. There are elite and smart defenders at every single level. Let's look at the linemen. Danielle Hunter, Linval Joseph, Sheldon Richardson, Everson Griffin. That's the best in the league. Only team that come close is the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I would still put the Vikings over them, probably. Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, and Ben Gideon at the linebacker spot. Probably the weakest of their defense, but still top 10 with Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks. And then you look at the corners of Trey Waynes, Xavier Rhodes, Mike Hughes, with safeties of Harrison Smith and Andrew Sendejo. That is definitely top 4 in the league. So all of those positions are top 5, top 10 in the league, especially with that D-line. This defense is elite. Elite.
All right, RELAX. Jason, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I love this defense. They got even better in the offseason with Sheldon Richardson, and then they picked up Mike Hughes in the draft.
Daniel Hunter went and got paid, too.
Yeah, definitely. So, solid pickups there, and they also have an elite defensive backfield.
And a fantastic stadium. They've got everything going for them in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Skull.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only concern about this defense is the depth. I mean, like you guys mentioned, the starting lineup is an absolute god squad. Fantastic. But a year ago, they all stayed extremely healthy the entire year. If they're not as lucky with injuries this year, the defense could struggle a little more. But if they are healthy, they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, this defense, I think, is deeper than any. It's probably the third, fourth most deep team.
What?
Yeah. Do you not think so?
Not behind their starting lineup.
Yes, there definitely is. You're telling me that you don't like Mike Hughes and Mackenzie Alexander? Those are probably 2 of the best backups in all of NFL football in general. Then you get Brian Robeson and Jaleel Johnson as off the line. The linebackers are the only spot, like I said, which they have a little bit of lack, but they are still a top 10 group.
I don't know. I would not really buy those guys as coming in.
I mean, I think we all agree this is the best defense, though, in the NFC. And probably best in the AFC. Jaguars always can make rivals with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on their starting lineup, but they were really healthy last season.
They're also deep.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They are.
I don't think so. But
they still are.
I want to hear your guys' record prediction, their place in the division, and whether they can make the playoffs this season.
Yeah, so I have 11-5. Minnesota begins with an early test, though. After the opening game against the Niners, the next 4 weeks are road games against the Packers, Rams, and Eagles, and a home game versus the Bills. That'll be interesting to watch those first 5-6 weeks. And then I do think they finish first. They do make the playoffs, and they are my playoff and Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely. Yeah, I have them at 12-4, first in the division.
Solid.
Obviously, make the playoffs.
See, I just couldn't go 12-4 because of the schedule, but they're a 12-14.
Definitely.
Yeah. I also have 12-4, first in the division. Although I think the Packers are really close. Aaron Rodgers has a great season, and definitely going to make the playoffs. I think the Eagles will make it to the Super Bowl, though. But I definitely like the Vikings as one of the favorites in the NFC this season. But any last thoughts on the Vikings?
Skull! 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 We are all in on the Vikings here at the Sports Sermon. They are definitely the Super Bowl favorites. That's our last thoughts.
All right. So that's going to do it for today's episode. Make sure you check out our channel for all of our NFL team previews. We have plenty more coming soon. We've done already most of the league, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. And you might have heard Jason in the intro talking about Scooch, that 10% off discount. We've upped that to 15%. Make sure you use Sports18 at your checkout to get that. And if you want to be entered into a contest to win a free Scooch Wingman case, make sure that you comment on this video and then subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. But that's going to do it for today's episode, and we will see you soon with some more NFL team previews.